Back now on Newsmax Prime. Now, before the break, we talked about the ways Donald Trump is shaking up the 2016 race. But it's fair to ask this question. Can he do the same among millennials and African Americans, the two toughest groups to get to the polls on Election Day? For more, let's call on our next panel. From Newsmax Washington, Gabriella Morrongiello, politics reporter for the Washington Examiner. And from Newsmax New York, noted talk show host Lisa Durden. Ladies, thank you both for your time on Newsmax Prime. And Gabby, we'll begin with you. What is the general feeling about millennials when it comes to Donald Trump?
Well, Donald Trump has spent years mentoring young entrepreneurs and celebrities on his show, The Apprentice, and I think he has the greatest name recognition among millennials because of that. With that being said, however, millennials who are following the election are typically watching late-night programs or CNN and MSNBC, which are saturated with anti-Trump opinions. So I think that it's important for Trump to get out there to speak to millennials on issues like jobs and the economy, which are especially relevant to the young workforce, and to spread those messages on college campuses and say, look, I'm a businessman, I've created tens of thousands of jobs in a variety of industries, and to really deliver that message to the demographics that are going to matter in the upcoming election.
Lisa Durden, what about African Americans and Donald Trump? Do you believe the black community will take Trump seriously as a presidential candidate?
It ain't gonna happen. Donald Trump is wonderful. We do, similar to the millennials, black people do know Donald Trump from his antics on television, and we do know that he's a mogul and a real estate giant. But we don't think anything about Donald Trump. We're pretty much indifferent to Donald Trump. Nobody black is going to vote for Donald Trump, not even a black Republican. Donald Trump will get no love from our community.
Whoa.
Because Donald Trump has never, I mean, I'm being honest, he's never ever done anything or said anything to support the black community. He hasn't said anything against it, but he's basically vacant here. And then with the whole Mexican statement and he's against, people coming over here from other countries, even though it's not about blacks. You know, we feel kind of funny because they've sent Haitians back and black folks who are coming from other places back. So we're thinking, well, if you did it to the Mexicans, you might feel the same way about us. We have no love for this man when it comes to being a politician, but we will watch the show, and you're fired.
Well, before we all have to clear out our desks with a pink slip, let's get back to the presidential race. You know, Gabby, Lisa actually has something in common with Donald Trump, and that is a brash style of speaking. Do millennials like that kind of, here it is, take it or leave it, it's politically incorrect style of speech?
Well, I think Americans in general are hungry for the message that Donald Trump is sending and the brazen tone of voice that he has when he delivers that message. He has effectively stolen Ted Cruz's anti-Washington message and delivered it in a less sophisticated manner. And it's a brilliant strategy on his part. He has obviously been a top-tier candidate in the polls so far nationally. He just took the lead over Jeb Bush in the swing state of North Carolina. So I think that as difficult as the time of some people are having taking Donald Trump as a credible candidate, he has certainly delivered in the polls, and we'll continue to see how long that lasts for him.
Yeah, as we're taking a look at the polling, we're recalling Lisa just a minute ago. Lisa, you said no way black folk are going to vote for Donald Trump. But seriously, who could he? Let me just ask this question: to whom should he reach out to try to improve his relations with the African American community? Should he pick up the phone and give you a call?
Well, I would love it. However, that's not going to happen either. What I think could be helpful to Donald Trump, aside from the fact that he's a Republican and most of us aren't, I think that if he started to look at some of those things that we are talking about, Black Lives Matter, and some of the issues that are happening around race and crime against people of color, that might start us to thinking, oh, Donald Trump has a voice here. That would be very, very instrumental in us trying to at least take a look to see, what his agenda is about, and would we be interested in him. And in 2011, when he did that attempt to run, he did say on many publications that, I do have a relationship with black people. I'm thinking, no, you don't. So I think the Black Lives Matter thing might be something he might want to incorporate in his campaign. That might go a long way. It won't do a lot for us voting for him, but we would have an ear, and he might get some people to galvanize from our community toward him. Maybe mostly Republican blacks, but you don't know. I happen to like Donald Trump as a personality, but I mean, I can't. I just
All
can't.
right, perhaps it's a bridge too far for you. Got a minute
Well,
left. And I want to get back to these millennials. You know, Gabby, back when I was in Congress, we were told young voters just don't show up in the same numbers that senior voters do.
That's true.
Gabby, what is it going to take? Can Trump be that galvanizing force to get millennials to the polls in 2016?
Well, it depends on whether or not he secures the nomination. I don't know if Trump specifically will be the one candidate to bring millennials out in droves when it comes to the 2016 election, but it's certainly something that he should be trying to do and that fellow Republican candidates should be trying to do. Millennials did turn out for Obama in overwhelming numbers in 2008 and in 2012, and it's very important for that demographic to be reached with conservative policies because millennials tend to embrace liberal things, but they're open to the ideas of limited government and free market, especially when those are the types of policies that are going to create jobs, well-paying jobs that millennials are seeking when they graduate college.
Fair enough. Ladies, we will have to leave it there, and there's more
you.
ahead here. As Donald Trump continues to rise in the polls, he's left many asking if he can, in fact, win the Republican nomination. So we're asking you, does he have your vote? Let us know who your candidate of choice is by voting in our latest Newsmax poll. Now, to cast your vote, go to newsmaxpolls.com. That's newsmaxpolls.com. More to come after the break, so stay tuned. You're watching Newsmax Prime on Newsmax TV.